Welcome to today's show. We are going to be talking about a very common belief, which is, that you have to eliminate certain foods to get the results you want with your body. So I'm going to be sharing with you, what's the number one secret that you need to know to eat sustainably and improve your fat loss. So let's dive into this a little bit. First of all, when I talk about body composition, what does that mean to you? Do you know what that means? If so, great. If not, I'm going to define it really quick for you. So body composition is the actual term to define what's the ratio of fat to muscle on your body. It also includes things like bone and water, but typically what we're most concerned about when it comes to how our bodies look and feel is how much fat do they have on them relative to how much muscle. And there's a scale, there's a range, and not everybody is going to look and feel the same at those different numbers. Like for some woman might feel really great at 28% body fat. She might feel curvy and solid and healthy and great, and that's perfect for her. Another woman might feel great at 22% body fat. She feels more lean, she feels more comfortable in her clothes, and that works for her. Someone who's super athletic as a woman might be 15% body fat, and that works because of her athletic training, her genetics, how hard that she's been training as an athlete from a young age. That's just naturally kind of where her body wants to settle. So there's no one right body fat percentage, okay? But if you are committed to decreasing your body fat for whatever reason, maybe you feel super sluggish in your body now, maybe you're having difficulty running, or you're not as fast a runner as you want to be. Maybe you're having difficulty in the gym with things like pull-ups. That has a lot to do with just excess body weight on your body relative to your strength. Maybe you aren't fitting in your clothes well, and that makes you feel not great. Maybe you want to look a certain way in clothes that you don't look right now, and that's important to you. Maybe your joints hurt from carrying too much weight on your body. Maybe you look skinny fat and you don't like that. You would like to have a little more muscle and a little less fat, okay? So I just wanted to create space that all of those are valid goals. And what body composition refers to is what's the ratio of fat to muscle on your body, and is that working for you? And really what I specialize in is helping you improve your body composition, helping you improve that ratio of fat to muscle on your body, which leads to a more toned, lean physique. It leads to less stress on your joints. It leads to better performance in the gym, etc. So why do we think we need to eliminate certain foods in order to achieve these body composition results? Well, because the diet industry is a $71 billion industry, and every year 45 million Americans try a weight loss program. I'm just going to let those numbers sink in. A $71 billion industry, and every year 45 million Americans try a weight loss program. So there is a huge opportunity from a business perspective to help these people and to create businesses, right? I have a business helping people with this issue because it is a real struggle for people. We live in a food environment where we have way more food calories than we ever need that are affordable, and we're very sedentary. We don't have to, build railroads anymore. Most of us. We don't have to do manual labor. We don't have to plow our own fields and garden all day to have our own food. So this creates what's called an obesogenic environment. It creates an environment that promotes obesity. It promotes the gaining of fat. And so all of these programs come to market. All of these different players enter the industry, and pretty much all of those programs focus on eliminating foods. Let's just run through a few that you're probably familiar with. Keto, eliminate carbs. Whole30, eliminate dairy, eliminate sugar. Paleo, eliminate basically any processed food that's not a meat or a vegetable or a nut, right? Slim fast, eliminate food, just drink a shake, all right? Or Beachbody, eliminate food, drink shakes. So you can start to see that what all of these philosophies have in common is elimination eliminating foods. When we eliminate certain foods, it does tend to lower our calories in general. But the problem is what? If you've tried one of these, you know, it is not sustainable because pretty much every human wants to eat carbs. I have never met one person who's like done keto and stuck with it. All right, sure, they do it and they like have rapid weight loss and then they gain it all back, sometimes more, when they start eating carbs again because carbs are enjoyable. They're part of life. Dairy and sugar are not the most evil things on the planet. Now, can they create inflammation and excess weight gain in the body? For sure. But we're not talking about drinking a gallon of milk a day and having a milkshake and having a grilled cheese sandwich and having, like Skittles for dinner. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, hey, like, do we even need to eliminate dairy and sugar? Like, I think I can actually have a little creamer in my coffee and be okay. I think I can have a chocolate chip cookie from Chick-fil-A every now and then and be okay. So I thought these same things. So if you are thinking, oh, I have to eliminate certain foods in order to get the results I want with my body, I've been right where you are at. I thought I had to cut carbs and I thought I had to like cut them after 3 p.m. Like I could eat carbs, but like not after 3, which was really hard for me because I was doing CrossFit at the time. And so I would work out at 5:30 p.m. So I'm eating carbs up till 3 and then like cutting myself off, eating like vegetables, trying to go and do a super hard workout and then like not eating carbs after the workout. Yeah, I lost fat that year, but I also lost 3 pounds of muscle. And that creates that skinny fat look that a lot of women don't like, right? Okay. So it's very common to have these beliefs. I thought I needed to, give up certain foods. Maybe you think you need to give up your Cheetos completely. Maybe you think you can't ever have pizza or ice cream again. Maybe you think you can't have half and half in your coffee. Maybe you think you can't have that sugar-free syrup. Maybe you're even scared now to have like a sugar-free alternative. You're like, wait, I thought I wasn't supposed to eat sugar, but now I'm hearing that I'm not supposed to eat like the sugar-free options either. Like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Maybe you think you can't even have a Diet Coke. Does any of this sound familiar to you? Look, it's very normal to have these thoughts, questions, and concerns because the nutrition space, look, it's crowded with fad diets. It's crowded with BS nutrition protocols. It's crowded with unsustainable ways of eating. So don't beat yourself up for these thoughts. But know this, there is a better way. There is a way for you to both improve your body composition and eat the foods that you enjoy. You don't have to eliminate any foods from your routine. I want you to understand that your food desires are normal. Like if you crave Cheetos every now and then, it doesn't mean you're a junk food addict. If you crave a cookie every now and then, it doesn't mean you're a sugar addict. If you want pizza or ice cream, it doesn't mean something's wrong with you and you have like a compulsive food disorder. It means you're a human who enjoys food. All right? I love food. I'm a foodie. I freaking enjoy food. It's not a character defect to want these foods. And I want you to let go of any judgment that you may have upon yourself. Like, oh, what's wrong with me that I still want Cheetos because this wellness influencer from LA is telling me they're toxic and they have food dyes and they're going to kill me. Newsflash, you are going to die. You're going to die. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. All right. And while, yes, as an ER nurse, I saw many people die in front of me from things that probably could have been prevented with lifestyle changes, I also saw people die in front of me like who had no reason to die, right? Who took care of their bodies. So we need to find a middle ground. We need to find a sustainable way of eating that also moves us and progresses us on those body composition goals that we have because we say that it's important to us. Look, you need to shift out of your rigid black and white, either or, all or nothing thinking around food. Raise your hand, okay? Raise your hand, Rachel. Raise your hand, Brittany. I know you're listening. Raise your hand if you need to shift out of black and white, all or nothing thinking. It's a very common cognitive distortion. You're not alone in having this, but we need to learn to function in the gray area, right? When you mix black and white, you get gray. And I want you to live in the gray area. Look, life is so much better with flexible frameworks rather than rigid rules. Like, Rules are meant to be broken. I'm not here for food rules. I'm not here to conform to society's like rules about food that have now come out. Like, no, thank you. You need to learn also to trust yourself around foods that feel scary or you feel uncontrolled around. So like I used to feel really uncontrolled around brownies. Like if I baked brownies, I would eat the whole pan. Anybody else? Okay. Like if I went somewhere like and there were brownies, I would just feel this like, oh, I want a brownie. I need a brownie. I love chocolate. And I would find myself eating more brownies than were good for me, right? Or that didn't align with my goals. And it made me scared to be around brownies, okay? It was like a horror film. I was like, no, don't put me around the brownies. I'm scared, okay? So this comes from eliminating foods. It comes from restricting foods. When you eliminate or restrict foods, you can fall into the binge restrict cycle super easily. The key is to allow yourself all foods. It's really important that you allow yourself to eat all the foods. Look, when we forbid things, when there's that like forbidden fruit in our life, like we just want it even more, right? Like we're like, give it to me, okay? And I want you to get that like society wants you to forbid things, but you actually don't need to do it that way. You can go a different way. You can go a different route. So we need to do some digging. We need to do some mindset work to figure out like what's causing that fear that you have around that food. Why do you feel unsafe with yourself around that food? What is there to heal there for you? Okay. And the process of habituation is really powerful. So I use this with myself and my clients, but like allow yourself to eat that food every week until it loses its appeal. And not like you're eating it every week because you want to just get rid of your desire for it, but like have it become more neutral for you. Like, oh yeah, I can have a burrito if I want. Like I love burritos. I usually get one like maybe once a week from my favorite place here in Austin, Texas. They make the tortilla fresh in front of you. Okay, if you live in Austin, go to Cabo Bob's. It's amazing. But I really enjoy a burrito. Now, I've learned strategies for how to have my burrito and progress my body composition the way that I want. But I don't forbid myself to have burritos, okay? So you need to really create an optimized strategy to help you navigate those fears that you may have around food. So if you make these shifts, you are going to find some really positive changes in your life. Okay, number one, you are just going to enjoy food more while also feeling confident in your skin and your clothes. I think this has been one of the best results for me out of owning my own nutrition, becoming masterful with my own nutrition, understanding it, not needing to hire somebody else to do it for me, but like owning it. And I just enjoy food now because I understand food. Food is not scary to me because I know exactly what's in it. Even if it's at a restaurant, I can estimate it so well now because I understand food in general. So like when I go to Cabo Bob's and estimate that tortilla, I know that tortilla is not 150 calories. I know that tortilla is probably close to 350 calories because it is a giant tortilla. And I know how I feel fullness-wise. I know that tortilla is primarily carbohydrate, but there's also some fat in it and a little bit of protein. I have knowledge now. So when I go out to a restaurant, I feel fully empowered to understand what's in food without even like asking for the ingredient list. I can sense how much fat is this cooked in, right? I understand the nutritional composition of food. So I enjoy food more because I feel powerful and masterful with food. And then I feel confident in my skin. I'm not confused anymore. Like, why did I gain 4 pounds this month? Like, oh, because you ate like X, Y, and Z, which don't work with your unique insulin sensitivity. You ate them at a higher frequency than works for your body. And like you didn't move your body in this particular way that helps you burn fat better, right? So I actually feel confident in my skin and my clothes, and that is like the best feeling. Another thing that's available is it will become much easier for you to sustain your new eating pattern and achieve your body composition results. Look, I feel like in the marketplace, there are kind of 2 options for a lot of people. It's like, eat whatever you want, like ditch the rules, like diet culture sucks, like ditch the rules, okay, right? But like the problem with that approach for many people is they gain weight because of the obesogenic food environment we live in. Not because like you lack willpower, but just because of the food environment, the foods that are available, what they add to foods, restaurant meals, the portion sizes. Like you just don't need that much food. Your body is actually really efficient and doesn't need that many calories. It's evolved to like be very efficient. So it becomes much easier to actually sustain your new eating pattern and achieve body composition results when you don't eliminate foods. When you eliminate foods, you might get body composition results. Like you could go hire a coach who's a physique coach for like bikini competitors, and like they might be able to get you shredded, but at what cost? Like you're going to be eating broccoli and chicken and like some brown rice, like a quarter cup. You're going to be super restricted. You're going to be in a super rigid meal plan. What do you think is going to happen when you finish that? You're going to go overboard. You're going to go back to your old eating habits or go like further away from your initial goal. And this happens to a lot of physique competitors that I've seen, and I know they binge eat, they gain all the weight back. So if you want both, if you want to sustain it and you want to improve your body composition, then you cannot eliminate foods. You will also have greater confidence and belief in yourself because you're going to learn to trust yourself around food. And you're also going to learn how to like be masterful with nutrition. Competence leads to confidence. Write that down. That's a little gold nugget for you. Okay. A little Bitcoin nugget. That's the new gold, y'all. Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin nugget right there for you. Competence leads to confidence. Your body looking a certain way is not the primary driver of your confidence. It can help. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that like my body looking a certain way does not make me feel more confident in my skin. Okay, let's just be real. It does. But what really makes me feel confident is competence. Feeling like I'm a boss when it comes to my nutrition. I understand this. I'm empowered. Like I know what I'm eating. I know what I need to eat to achieve what I want with my body. I have freedom with food. I do what I want. And ultimately, you will experience being more flexible and less rigid in all areas of your life. Girl, I know you're type A. Like, I know you're a high performer. I know you slay it at work. Okay? I know you work hard. I know you make bank. I know you go on fancy vacations. I know you buy the cute clothes, right? I know these things about you. But you can also be rigid. You can also be black and white in your thinking. That type A high achieving behavior can make you like controlling with yourself and others, right? And so that can trickle over into your food and these all or nothing mindsets. And when you learn to be more flexible in life, when you learn to be someone who lives inside of frameworks and learns to flex and flow with life and your nutrition, wow, that makes so many things available to you. Just think on that. Take the rest of the day today after you listen to this and think about what would be available in my life if I was more flexible and fluid in my mindset. I freaking love F words. Flexible, fluid, flowy, feminine. They're the best, right?